Larry Hausner here, the author of Save Baseball, a prescription for the major leagues. Pick up my book anywhere online, and I encourage you to do so today. So let's talk about the Dodgers. As you can see, Dodger Stadium behind me here. And the Dodgers are upsetting some baseball fans, are they not? Some commentators and former executives, boy, they're really upset that the Dodgers are signing all of these top free agents. Recently, well, they've signed a few, have they not? Japanese superstar pitcher Roki Sasaki, recently as well, relief pitcher Tanner Scott, and a little while ago, they signed starting pitcher Blake Snell. Not to mention those in-house, if you will, free agents, Teoscar Hernandez and Tommy Edmond. So the question I'm posing to you is this: do fans and others have a right to be upset with the Dodgers buying up every top free agent, seemingly, that's on the market? Well, I'm no Dodger fan, but I do appreciate their creativity in financing some of these contracts with deferred payments. And I've talked about that in a couple of videos here and there. So if you feel that you've got the right to be upset with the Dodgers because, hey, you believe they are not playing by the rules, is that fair or not? I guess the first question is, well, what are the rules? Well, Major League Baseball does not have a salary cap, but it does have luxury tax thresholds that penalize teams that spend more than a certain amount of money. So these thresholds encourage teams to be strategic about their spending while competing for free agents. The Dodgers are set to enter the 2025 season with a luxury tax payroll, as it sits now, of at least $375 million. That's just for the 2025 season. So that's roughly 70 million more than the Phillies, who come in second. And the Yankees are the only other team slated to be over $300 million. So with LA exceeding the luxury tax threshold for the fourth consecutive year, so you get penalized as you go deeper into those years, they're going to face a significant financial penalty, including a 50% tax on every dollar spent above 241 million. Well, I'm no math genius, but what is that? 65 million a minimum and counting. That number's on the increase. They're not done. So the rules are spend as much as you want, but you're going to be penalized. So the Dodgers are well over the threshold, and they may get close to 100 million in penalties. So they're going to be penalized big time, and nobody's even coming close to matching that payroll. So guess what? They are playing by the rules. So why don't we like it? Well, we don't like it because, well, our teams aren't winning any of these free agent battles, and they're losing out to the Dodgers. And that's very upsetting. I think most fans are not really upset with the Dodgers per se. They're more upset, more or less, with their own team because they're not spending money. Some will say, hey, well, my team can't spend like the Dodgers. They don't have that kind of money. And while that may be true, I want you to look back at my very first video. I think it was my first one, titled, Did Your Team Tank This Year? Remember that one? If you're like, no, well, I encourage you to watch that video and then let's think about that. Let's unpack this a little bit because your team and my team Well, they're collecting luxury tax revenue from teams like the Dodgers who are paying into those little kitties, if you will. And your team is choosing not to do anything with that money, most likely, in terms of improving your ball club on the field, their ownership, pocketing the money. So, whose fault is that? The Dodgers? Nope. So, do I like what the Dodgers are doing? Well, not really. I mean, I don't want to see one club, turn into a juggernaut and an all-star team and dismantle the competition along the way. That doesn't make for an enjoyable summer watching Major League Baseball. So, a team that I like to follow, it's my son's favorite team, and that's the Padres, are seemingly now a distant second in the National League West by miles, perhaps. And again, I don't want to see one team, dominate. But didn't we think that was going to be the case last year in 2024 with the Dodgers when they signed Shohei? Well, obviously they won the World Series, but they did not exactly bury the competition in terms of how the final standings played out. The Padres finished how many games back? 5. That's it. 5 games. And truthfully, the Padres were 1 game away from doing what? Knocking the Dodgers out of the playoffs. So, not all hope is lost for the teams in the National League. But in short, I'm not super excited about what the Dodgers are doing just because it's seemingly unfair, but we know it is fair. I just think, like the rest of you, I want to see my team get some of these free agents as well. So I don't begrudge the Dodgers because they're doing what others could be doing, certainly to a degree. Their pockets are deep. Not every team has deep pockets as the Dodgers, but they could be spending more money to improve the roster. But there's still the outcry that the Dodgers need to be investigated. I'm hearing that from baseball pundits and experts and former executives. They're saying they need to be investigated. And I'm thinking, for what? Being smarter, being more creative than your team or mine? Like, comment, subscribe, and share. What are your thoughts? I know you've got them because even though you may not be a Dodger fan, you're paying attention to them and you've got an opinion. Share it with me. Until next time, as always, for the love of the game, I'm Larry Hausner.